Hello learners, Quality Engineering and Management, Week 4, Video 12. The topic is Implementation of ISO 9000 Quality Management Systems by Dr. N. Venkateshwarlu, Associate Professor, Mechanical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Introduction. In the manufacturing system, if any new process or method or technique identified, then it needs to be implemented. So in this video, we will be discussing about implementation of ISO 9000 quality management systems. The companies whose quality systems are on the low end of TQM continuum, ISO may be a starting place on the road to eventually achieving a TQM system. ISO 9000 certification also has the advantage of putting the organization on a level playing field with the competition worldwide. Learners, objectives. After listening this video lecture, you should be able to understand the requirements of ISO 9000, 9004, discuss documentation for ISO 9000 quality management systems, describe the process of implementation of ISO 9000 quality management systems. Requirements of ISO 9000, 9004. The following are the various types of requirements of ISO 9000, 9004. Systematic requirements, management requirements, resource requirements, realization requirements and remedial requirements. These are the 5 requirements, types of requirements for ISO 9000 and 9004. Systematic requirements. Establish quality systems. In order to establish a quality system, the tasks of development, implementation and improvement are done in the following ways. The process that makes up the quality system are identified and quality management processes are described. The quality management system is implemented by use of quality system processes and managing process performance. Process performance is continuously monitored to improve quality management system. Document the quality system. This includes developing documents that reflects the what organization does, the tasks associated with preparing a document are. So documents are very much essential for doing any process. So for that documentation, documentation is there or not? So that is very much required. The operation procedures are documented in order to prepare a quality system. So to prepare a quality system, one needs what is that operation? Is there any document for that process? Then only one can prepare a quality system for that operation, that process. The processes of interaction between several activities and how they affect the operation of the organization are also documented. The correct version of documents is provided at points of use. So any document is prepared for any operation. So for that, one has the quality management system has to be developed for that particular purpose. If it is documented properly, and then it can be provided at that particular operation. Management requirements support quality. The importance of quality can be focused by management by promoting the need to meet customer requirements. The personnel must be encouraged to meet quality system requirements. So management has to support the people to know about the quality systems, to know about the quality requirements of a customer requirements. So then only they can able to implement these quality management systems according to the customer requirements. Establish quality policy. The quality policy should be expressed in easy to understand language. The quality policy should be relevant to the organization. The objective should be ambitious and achievable. So quality policy should be like that. It should be understandable and it should be related to the organization and the objective should be ambitious as well as achievable. So like that, one good quality policy should be established. Demonstrating commitment. The management should demonstrate commitment by activities such as, this is also management requirements only, ensuring that concerned people understand the organization quality policy, initiating, managing and following up of the implementation of quality policy, including implementation of the quality system, not accepting any deviations from quality policy. So quality policy should be developed in such a manner, and it should be understandable to each and every employee, and it should be initiated by the management, and they should not accept any deviations from the quality policy. Carry out quality planning. So it is also very much important requirement. The management should ensure that objectives are set for functional areas. They must take into account that objectives will facilitate product realization and that the objectives are measurable. Control quality system. In order to support the improvements of quality management system, management representative must be appointed that report status of improvement and phase of activities. Top management should appoint a representative so that he can give the status of quality management system implementation in any process. Then only the top management can know that what is the status, how the employees are understanding about our quality management system. So that feedback you can get through the management representative. Perform management reviews. A management review is performed to evaluate whether the present quality system should be improved. Inputs required from a review can be gathered from information based on purchaser feedback, internal feedback, process performance and product performance. Based on these facts, management can generate a review outputs to improve quality system. If a quality system is implemented, so that review is very much required every time in the between the time. So some time after 1 month or 3 months, one has to review the process. So then only one can know about the performance of a product, performance of a process or performance of the quality system. This is the performance management review system. Then resource requirements. So supporting a quality system requires providing quality resources. The resources should be used by competent personnel with adequate experience. The various tasks associated with resource requirements are delivering training and awareness program to achieve acceptable levels of competence and evaluating effectiveness of training. So the training should be given, and then awareness also should be created on in the employees, and the trained employees, how much they have got the skill, that how much they are effective, and that should be evaluated. So this is the resource requirements. Then providing quality environment in order to ensure product requirements, providing quality infrastructure such as workspace, equipments, utilities, support services, hardware and software. So this is the one quality resource requirements. Then realization requirements. The task associated with planning the product realization process include control realization planning. This means identifying the needs and requirements of product realization, developing methods to control quality during product realization and documenting the process. Control customer processes. It indicates identifying customers' product requirements and reviewing requirements before accepting orders from the customers. For this process, it is essential to develop a process to control communications with customers. So here what it's saying, we need to develop a good control system or communication system so that we can get the correct feedback from the customers, and then only we can accept the customer orders. That is the control customer processes. Then remedial requirements. The remedial tasks are essential to ensure conformity of products to requirements. They should be used to improve quality management systems. The various methods of remedial procedures are monitor and measure quality. This is the task of monitoring customer satisfaction by conducting customer satisfaction surveys. So, how to monitor? So, monitoring the quality satisfaction of a customers will be done through conducting various survey methodologies. Then make quality improvements. The information needed to improve the quality management system are obtained from audits, quality policy, quality objectives and management reviews. These are the various processes through which we can get the feedback about where the improvements are required in the quality management system. Then documentation for ISO 9000 quality management system. The implementation of ISO 9001 requires an organization to establish, document, implement and maintain a quality management system and continually improve its effectiveness in accordance with the requirements of internal standards. In the terminology of ISO 9001-2000, document refers to information and its supporting medium. So, any ISO 9000 implementation, there is a need of establish, document, implement and maintain a quality management system. It is very much essential for implementation of ISO 9000. The documents may be in the form of paper, magnetic, electronic or computer disk, photograph and master sample. The documentation include a quality manual, documented procedures, documents of planning, operation and control, records and communication of information, evidence of conformity and knowledge sharing, simplified set of standards. These are the various documentation. The quality manual. This is a document specifying the quality management system of an organization. The quality policy and quality objectives are also mentioned in the manual. The format and structure of the manual is a decision for each organization and will depend on the size, culture and complexity of the organization. The quality manual details exactly what we do in each specific process to conform to the requirements of the standards. So, in the quality manual, what are the objectives of the quality system, how it should be control the quality, each and every operation. So, each standards will be shown in the quality manual. That one has to understand. It should be any process, it has to achieve the conform to the requirements. For that, what one has to do, the operator has to do, what is the mission name, everything will be documented in a quality manual. Documented procedure. So, how it will be documented? So, that procedure we have to know. The international standard specifically requires a documented procedures. A procedure is a specified way to carry out an activity or a process. The procedure has to be established, documented, implemented and maintained. ISO 9001-2000 specifically requires the organizations to have documented procedures for control of documents, control of records, internal audit, control of non-conformance products, corrective and preventive actions. So, what ISO 9000 is saying that document procedures for control of documents. So, here it provides the documented procedures. In that it shows that control of documents and control of records, internal audit, control of non-conforming products, corrective and preventive actions will be mentioned in ISO 9001-2000 system. Then records. Records, these are documents required by international standards that state results achieved for providing evidence of activities performed. The records has required by ISO 9000 are management review, education, training, skill and experience, results of corrective and preventive actions. So records what it says, any suppose for example it's a management review. So what they will do after completing any process or any production or any methodology or anything implementation, after that they will take the feedback, the management will get the feedback, and upon that feedback, upon that results, it will they will conduct a management review and develop a record, that is known as a record. So like that in education, training, skill and experience, first we will give the training, then after training we will find out through questionnaire or feedback we can identify is the person has trained, so his skill is okay or not. So in that way one has to develop a record, that is the record. Then results of corrective and preventive actions. So any in the manufacturing process any problem comes, then it has to be noted, then corrective actions have been taken, so what the results came, so after correction. So such type of records, or suppose we are doing a lab in the lab on any experiment, so after doing an experiment, so we will develop a record, so for getting what the results we have got in the laboratory. So that is the example of records. Communication of information. The documentation serves as a tool for information transformation and communication. Then evidence of conformity. The presence of document is a mark of evidence that what was planned has actually been done. So by evidence means the documents give the evidence. Suppose we have gone for some inspection, so they have given some document. So by seeing the document we can feel that so they have done something on the processes, so that we can check. So that is the evidence of conformity. Document is the evidence of conformity, they have done some work on that, so that is the evidence of conformity. Then knowledge sharing. So documentation is necessary to publicize and preserve the organization's experience. So knowledge sharing means, so some document is there, so that we can share with our employees, our suppliers or anywhere. So it is whenever the requirement is there, so that even our experience we can preserve for further usage. So this is the documentation important. Implementation of ISO 9000 quality management systems. While implementing ISO 9000, the changes in methods, practices, record keeping, etc. will be substantial. The effort and investment involved are generally large, but market conditions may not leave a company much of a choice. Implementation progresses through installing the task force, a review of the existing operations, developing quality manuals, conducting internal audit, recycling deficiencies and obtaining certification. So these are the processes which are required while implementing ISO 9000 quality management system. The following are the implementation steps. Exposure and training means exposure to the work area or exposure to those who are implementing. So in that every employee should be exposed to every processes where what they are doing. So and then they should be given training. Developing the company's draft quality manual. One has to develop a quality manual. So these are the steps. Then internal audit of existing practices and ISO 9000 implementation. Then audit by the external certifying agency. These are the 4 steps. The company first has to give the information about the ISO 9000 and they should be trained on the ISO 9000 quality systems. Then developing the company's draft quality manual. Then internal audit of existing practices and ISO 9000. So internal audit means internal people can audit So these people have been trained or not? Is these systems are according to the quality systems or not? So like that, one has to internal audit. Then the external auditors will come and certifying agency will come and give the certification if the all quality management systems are implemented. So these are the various steps to get the quality ISO 9000 quality management systems. Exposure and training. What is this? The first step is ISO implementation is to conduct ISO 9000 and quality management familiarization sessions for everyone in the organization. This should be extended to familiarization with certified vendors. The attractive dimensions of the implementation plans if quality systems should be made known to all employees of the company. An ISO 9000 booklet for internal distribution serves many a purpose. Developing the company's draft quality manual. In order to properly draft a quality manual, an internal study of all existing quality related systems and existing practices need to be carried out. This includes collection of all charts, records, reports, data sheets related to above documentation practices. So that quality draft of quality manual, for writing a quality of draft manual, these are the things one has to collect. Internal audit and incorporating ISO 9000. The auditing process involves the formation of task groups to study the important aspects of the ISO 9000 standards. Checklists are prepared to enable verification of existing practices with ISO 9000 standards, as well as removing items or practices not conforming to ISO 9000. A revision of quality manual and operating manual is carried out to reflect changes. If one has to check all the processes are in according to the ISO 9000 standards or not. If they are not, then one has to remove them and then one has to keep the new ones. So that is the internal audit and incorporation of ISO 9000 system. Audit by the external certifying agency. After internal audit, necessary reflections, a company should deliver a complete quality manual to its chosen assessing agency. If agency is satisfied with the manual, it will respond with a questionnaire. After the questionnaire has been submitted back to the external agency, the inspectors from the agency will schedule a visit to audit the company's premises and systems. The implementation procedure for ISO 9000 depends upon the state of quality management system existing in the organization. Basically, three types of such organizations exist, which are organization preparing to implement a quality management system, organization wishing to adopt an existing quality management system, organizations wishing to demonstrate conformity with ISO 9001-2000. So these are the three types of industries will be there. The organizations preparing to implement a quality management system, for the organizations that are in the process of implementing or have yet to implement a quality management system, the ISO 9001-2000 emphasizes a process approach. This includes identifying the processes necessary for the effective implementation of the quality management system, understanding the interactions between these processes, documenting the processes to the extent necessary to assure their effective operation and control. Then organizations wishing to adopt an existing quality management system. Some organizations might have been certified as ISO 9001 according to 1994 requirements. In order to facilitate transition to ISO 9000-2000, the organizations need to incorporate some modifications. These are: an organization with an existing quality management should not need to rewrite all its documents in order to meet the requirements of ISO 9001 and 2000. This is particularly true if its quality management system is based on a process approach. In this case, the existing documentation may be adequate and can be simply referenced in the revised quality manual. Organizations wishing to demonstrate conformity with ISO 9001-2000. For organization wishing to demonstrate conformity with the requirements of ISO 9001-2000 for the process of certification, registration, contractual or other reasons, it is important to remember the need to provide evidence of the effective implementation of quality management system. In order to claim conformity with ISO 9001-2000, the organizations has to be able to provide objective evidence of the effectiveness of its processes and its quality management system. Objective evidence refers to data supporting the existence or verification of something which may be obtained through observation, measurement, test or other means, where the organization has no specific internal procedure for a particular activity and this is not required by the standard. It is acceptable for the activity to be conducted using as a basis the relevant clause of ISO 9001-2000. In this situation, both internal and external audits may use the text of ISO 9001-2000 for the purpose of conformity assessment. Although the series provides guidance on the required attributes of the quality system, the standards do not spell out the means of implementation. Once a decision is made to adopt the standards and seek certification, the following major steps will facilitate successful change. Recognize the need for change and get the commitment of top management. Incorporate quality in the strategic plan as the linchpin of differentiation. Formulate and adopt a holistic quality policy statement adapted to ISO requirements. Get support and commitment from all managers. Determine the scope of the business to the certified. Will it be particular department, process, facilities, only a design processes or the whole company? So determine the status of the current quality system through an internal audit. Estimate the cost in time and money and implement the plan by organizing the necessary actions steps. So when a company is going to implement, so one has to think all these things. Formulate and adopt a holistic quality policy statement adapted to ISO requirements. Get support and commit from all managers. This is very much required. So now the learners, I hope you understand the implementation of ISO 9000 quality management system, requirements of ISO 9000, 9004 and documentation for ISO 9000 quality management system. Thank you.